To answer the question, Mr. Speaker, the prevalence of sexual violence against children in Fiji is deeply alarming. Fiji Police Force data on crime against children for the period 2020 to 2024 indicates that child sexual abuse remains the most pervasive and alarming crime against children in Fiji. A total of 4,159 child sexual offense cases were recorded between 2020 and 2024, making sexual offenses the largest category of crimes against children. Unfortunately, most of these crimes are committed by trusted individuals within their home or community environment. To draw attention to the issue, our ministry convened a dialogue with all stakeholders. We are now embarking on development of National Action Plan on elimination of all forms of violence against children. The National Plan will provide a coordinated roadmap to address gaps, improve service delivery, and give priority to prevention, especially in schools, in homes, communities, and also on the online domain. National Coordinating Committee for Children, the NCCC, was revived in February 2025 and will play a central role in shaping this work. The ministry will work with a wide range of stakeholders, including key government ministries, statutory bodies, law enforcement agencies, faith leaders, CSOs, community leaders, development partners, and child-focused organizations to ensure that National Action Plan is comprehensive, culturally grounded, and is multisectoral to ensure the elimination of violence against children. I would like to thank UNICEF for providing technical support to undertake this work. The ministry is currently undertaking significant child welfare reforms. The cornerstone of our service delivery is case management, with interventions tailored to the specific needs of each child victim. Following the establishment of the Department of Children in 2024, we have expanded both our reach and scope in preparation for the operationalization of Child Care and Protection Act. Senior welfare officer positions dedicated specifically to children have now been confirmed to oversee case management and service delivery through our field offices across Fiji. The recently endorsed National Child Safeguarding Policy further strengthens our ability to mainstream protection across different settings. In addition, the ministry continues to create awareness on child sexual violence in our communities. We also provide financial support to NGOs working with children, including victims of child sexual abuse. These organizations deliver specialized services such as care homes, counseling, family assessment, and provide critical processes that address trauma and promote healing. I must thank all the orphanages and care homes run by our faith organizations who look after children in state care. Mr. Speaker, some of our workers are deeply impacted when they have to deal with multiple cases of child sexual abuse during the same week and need constant support in dealing with this trauma. We are closely working with UNICEF to provide support to caregivers, ensuring mechanisms are in place to maintain mental health and address burnout. Mr. Speaker, when there is abuse, someone in the community is watching and knows about it. We urge the parents and guardians to listen and trust their children. Silence perpetuates continued harm, Mr. Speaker, and this has long-term effects on the victims. We continue to encourage community members to speak up and report cases through our toll-free line, 1325. Partnerships and collaborations remain central to our work, and the Child Care and Protection Act now provides explicit provisions to promote prevention efforts within communities. In recognition of the sexual violence in digital environment, we are working with the Online Safety Commission on community awareness. We also request them for removal of images when they are reported. We continue to engage Save the Children Fund to ensure that children themselves are heard and actively contribute to shaping safety measures from their perspective. Mr. Speaker, we remain steadfast in our commitment to strengthening child protection systems and broadening the range of services available. We know there's a lot of work ahead to end violence against our children, and we will continue to work collaboratively with communities, partners, and stakeholders to create a safe environment where every child in Fiji is protected and empowered to thrive. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I thank the Minister, the Honourable Kiran